for fastest and cheapest Madden 20 Ultimate Team coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, EasyMut.com. Use code VENM at checkout for 5% off. Yo, what's on, everybody? It's on fire here, back in the video, and today I'm be showing you guys my 3-4 odd ebook. Now this is going to be more for pass coverage, blitz and bluff blitzes. I'm going to be showing off my blitzes, how I run them against different formations, how I set them up differently, who I'm using, and then I'm also going to show you guys how I like to mix in different pass coverage. So starting off, what you're going to do out of this 3-4 odd, this is going to be for the pressure, is you're going to put your fastest linebackers on the outside. So I have Bruce Irvin on this left side, Brian Burns on this right side, and then these inside linebackers don't really matter. They matter for the pass coverage, but as far as the actual blitz goes, they don't really make too big of a difference. And then you want your user right here. I just have Trey Boston. He's perfectly fine. And I'm also going to set my audibles. So what I like to do is just put A on pinch dog 2 press. I'm going to leave pinch buck O there. And then I'm also going to turn my cover 3 sky into a cover 3 cloud just for the bluff blitzes and the pass coverage. So I'm just going to head into our blitz. It's going to be the pinch dog 2 press. That is the stock cover, the cover 2 shell blitz that I like to come out in. So I'm just going to run that, and then I'm just going to head into a let's go with a random shotgun pass here to give us a couple of different looks. Alright, so here we get a 5 wide situation, but the setup's going to be different for the blitz, or the setup's going to be the same for the blitz no matter what. So first you're going to base align. You guys see Kuechly's over there man aligned with the slot, so just base align. That's Y and the left stick to the right. You're also going to pinch your linebackers, D-pad to the right and the left stick down, and then just blitz all linebackers, D-pad to the right and the right stick down, and then contain LB and RB. Now against 5 wide, what I typically like to do is just to also bluff one of these guys, since I know he can only block that 5 people, but for this case I'll just run the blitz like it is, sending 7 people. You guys see we're going to get some pressure right there. Nothing really open too much out of that play. And he's in the pocket, so he's going to get slow release anyway. So once again here, I'm going to base align, pinch my linebackers, blitz all linebackers, and contain here, even if I block my running back. And these are perfect situations where they're spread out. They can't really do much out of the set anyway. What I like to do also though is I'm going to user this safety. So what I might do with something over here on the left side is I might just man up X. Then I'm worried about Y. If he's on a streak, if he's on a drag, I can sort of let him pass by. And that's just a way that I like to do it. So once again here I'm just using Y. I user A. Nothing really open right off the bat. My user was covering pretty much everything. You guys see the pressure comes through. Here we get another look at the 5 wide, so I'll show you guys that setup. Once again, I'm base aligning, pinch my linebackers, blitz all linebackers, and contain. What I like to do against the 5 wide is I'm going to just put Y on a vertical hook, which is double tap the D-pad to the right, press Y and the left stick down. Since I only need to send 6, you're going to get that weird contain animation on the left side. It doesn't really matter though. And then once again, I can just man up this cornerback. The way you do that is just double tap Y, X, the right stick up, and then X again. And then I'm really worried about thing I'm really worried about is Y on maybe an out route or a streak. If he's on the inside, I'm good. He's on a flat route, but you guys see, look how fast the pressure comes. You can also bait that flat route and then just head into something again. 5 wide, I'm just going to run the setup. This time I'll just put A on a vertical hook. You guys see we're still getting that weird animation, but typically this is what I like to do because you're taking away any quick streaks, any quick drags or slants from that right side, and I only have to worry about this left side with my user. So once again, snap the ball. You guys see everything is pretty much bagged. Nothing really open. The vertical hook does a good job of bluff blitzing, and you're still giving yourself the same look. Now, something you can do again here is basically run a bluff blitz out of this. I'll show you guys the blitz a couple more times, how I like to use it, and just defending against different schemes. You can also use the strong safety if you want. You guys see the soft squats, I like to keep them on my field personally, but if you don't want them, you don't have to use them. You can turn them into cloud flats by just manually making that adjustment. Flick the right, press Y, right stick down, right stick up. It's going to turn them into clouds. Like I said though, I like to have them on soft squats, so I'm going to do that. Something if you want to get pretty risky with your adjustments is what I might do is just put this guy on a vert hook or a hook curl, and then I can just user Justin or Eric Reed. I'm also going to put A in a vertical hook here. I know they can only block 5 in the sense if I see a motion I can put A back on that blitz simply. So here I'm really taking away a lot of the quick routes. I can just simply user and you guys see the pressure gets there super fast. That's why you want your fastest linebackers right there on the edge to defend that. Now I'm going to get into a little bit of a bluff blitz now that I got this blitz done, and I will head into pinch buck O a little bit later. But once again here, I'm always going to run the same exact setup like I'm running the blitz. So I'm going to baseline. I'm also going to pinch my linebackers. Now for this, I'm not going to send those guys out, blitz those linebackers. What I'm going to do is just manually adjust with these linebackers. So what I'm going to do is just double tap the D-pad to the right. I'm pressing Y and flicking the left stick up. That's just to put this linebacker here in the middle third. And then I'm also going to put, since I have my user on this right, I'm going to need a vertical hook on that left side if I'm playing coverage. No reason to really send 5 because I'm not going to get pressure. I'd get the same pressure sending 4 really. So I'm going to manually double tap the D-pad to the right, X, and the left stick down. That's just going to put him in a vertical hook. I might also contain to prevent him from getting outside the pocket. You can also slant outside and contain, maybe get a little bit of a better shed on that right side. But like I said, if you have like a speed rusher, a pass rusher, like a Clowney like I do, I'm going to keep Clowney here, and I might just blitz whatever side he's on personally. But we are pretty much good. We're worrying about anything on the right side. Now, we can't really get burnt too much, so I'm just worrying, like covering A. I'm backing up on X. You guys see, if you have some good pass rushers, you should be able to get pressure. Maybe just put an ability on one of those guys, power rusher, and you should be able to get pressure. Once again, though, the setup for that is going to be base align, pinch those linebackers. Again, I'm going to put Y in a vertical hook, X in a middle third. And for coverage, what I sometimes do is just put cloud flats on the field. Again, that's Y, right stick down, right stick up. A little less risky zone. Keep in mind you can get beat on those streaks, so you might want to play your adjustments to the outside, maybe move these guys out a little bit as well. You don't really want to back up any of these guys. It kind of gives away that you're not blitzing. That's what I like to do. But if he's burning you up the seam, you might want to move Shaq Thompson back a little bit, or just take control of it with your user. But here's the setup, very simply. You can also, like I said, crash up and contain. Let's snap the ball here. And you guys see everything is really pretty much usered there, and we get the pressure. I'm not throwing it to anybody, but nobody was really open there anyway. Again, I'll just go over the coverage one last time here out of this pinch dog 2 press. Base align, pinch linebackers, Y in a vertical hook, X in a deep zone. You can definitely flip these if you want. I'll just do that. Give you guys a different look here. And I'm obviously using Thompson here. Snap the ball. I do have soft spots on my field, so you're going to have to keep in mind that. You guys see they didn't defend the out routes well at all right there, but that's why I kind of like clouds. But for those aggressive zones, they bite really well, so if he's throwing on break, you can make a click on play. Anyways, that's going to take us to our next play, pinch buck O. This is, again, an aggressive style blitz. Now, my players are in kind of weird spots, but once again, I'm still going to base align, pinch those linebackers, and I'm also going to blitz all linebackers and contain. I'm just going to move Shaq Thompson over here, but it's pretty much the exact same thing. We just have a man coverage shell. So what I like to do is press these guys. Now pressing actually mess with my linebackers right there, but you can readjust those if you want by just pressing clear shift, I think, but that didn't really do anything. But just make sure that you have blitz all linebackers. You really are just I like to use the guy that's on the tight end. If they're max protecting, you will have everybody covered, and then you will still have your user. I'm also worrying about like a quick throw to the running back, but you guys see the pressure should come relatively fast. You just have to worry about like quick slants, some other stuff as well. But once again here, I'm not sure why he's in that spot. That's kind of annoying, but just move him back. Simply, what I like to do is also kind of man align that safety, bring him down a little bit. That can give away that you're running man coverage, but he's going to be a lot better against that slot, any quick slants. If you press as well, you're going to have to, what I like to do is still shade over the top. That's Y in the right stick up. That's just so your corners don't get burnt as much, especially on like a streak. If he has a delay fade over there as well. But once again here, we get 4 verticals. You guys know he's going to come screaming off the edge. Now let's try to get into a max protect sense. So here we have a good one. I'm just going to max protect. I'm still going to run pinch buck O, base align, pinch those linebackers, blitz all linebackers. Here's a perfect spot where you guys see I'm going to press as well, bring these guys down, shade over the top, and then I'm just using this guy. I can pretty much use her over the middle of the field, so if there's a deep dig route, maybe a comeback route, something I can bait, but against this you should be able to get somewhat pressure. Now you are setting 7, so he's just going to get pressure. Probably missed my read there, but I would have been back by the time he threw that. And you guys see everything's bagged. Keep in mind those aren't routes, so if I see him go into a max protect set like a gun bunch, I'm most likely just going to run the bluff blitz, because if I send 7 against his 7, chances are he's going to have a lot of time to make a read and potentially burn me for a touchdown. These are very risky blitzes. I'll go over the pinch bug 0 one last time though. Baseline, blitz all linebackers contain. I'm just going to press. So you guys see A is actually going to move into a pretty good spot. Shade over to the top. Now we do get RB on a route, so he's going to be wide open, but that's pretty much it for the pinch buck O. I typically don't like running a bluff blitz scheme out of the pinch buck O, but I'm going to try it here. Let's see if we can get something decent. Now, if I'm running a bluff blitz out of pinch buck O, I'm still keeping the man coverage shell pretty much on everybody, but the only adjustments that I might make are putting Y in a middle third and like A in a vertical hook. Might also put X in a curl flat, and then I can also turn that into a cloud flat if I want by flicking down and up on the Y and the right stick. Something like this, very good. I don't really have to worry about A too much right off the bat. I'm worrying about Y. You guys see, then I can bait back to A simply. The only concern is pressure. Like I said, just get yourself some pass rushers. Get yourself a top-end pass rusher, and these will be a lot better for you. So that's going to do it for our pinch buck O. Now we're going to head into the last play of our 3-4 odd. This is just a base ebook. I could go over a lot of different plays, but when I like to run coverage, I typically like to run it out of this cover 3 cloud. The adjustments I make are base align. Again, I'm trying to create this bluff blitz scheme. I'm going to pinch my linebackers, keeping him in coverage obviously though, so I'm going to flick down on the right stick and up. That's just simply going to put this curl flat in A. Actually, I don't know if I really like to do that, so I might just leave him in a curl flat. You can put that guy in a cloud flat as well. Now, you kind of have to worry about those quick little out routes, so I might even flip my play here, typically to get this cover 2 on that right side so I don't get burnt by a deep out route or something like that up the seam. So I might just flip my play. Then you guys see we have our cover 2 side on that right side, which is kind of what I want. So really easy that you can flip that and make some adjustments. I'm going to move Burns in as well, but what I like to do out of this is simply, a lot of times I'm going to put B on a soft squat, so you do that by double tapping Y, press B and the left stick to the right. I'm also going to back him up. I'm not sure why he's pressed, so that's just Y, A, B, and then the left stick up or the right stick up. What I'm also going to do is put A in a deep half rather than a outside third. I feel like it plays better with that cover 2 shell on the right. We still are going to keep all these zones on the left, simply like this, and then we also have, I'm also going to slant outside and contain, get some pressure. You can also, what I like to do is user this guy right here on the cover 2 side. I feel like it's a little bit more vulnerable, so I'm just going to user that. Boom, you guys see everything is really covered here, and we end up getting pressure. Nothing was really open there. Very good coverage. You guys see the soft squat, bagging the curl route super well. If that's a cloud flat, I'm not sure if he stays on it. So once again though, setup is going to be just come out in this cover 3 cloud, base align, pinch your linebackers, and then just put X in a soft squat and Y in a deep half. Might also move Trey Boston back a little bit, but just so he doesn't get burned on like a streak. The soft squat does pretty good against that as well. And then I'm kind of worrying about like a quick seam route or something, so I could also play to the outside, maybe get my deep quarter or deep third to play a little bit better. Here we get like drags, baiting pretty well, nothing really open besides a flat route, and that's just because it's on the soft squat side. If he keeps you attacking you with the flats, you can even come out here and then just put a hard flat potentially on the field just to do a good job of baiting him. So that's just going to be, it is on that side, so he actually already is in a hard flat, so you can just leave him there, but I personally prefer the cloud flat or the soft squat just so you don't get completely burnt on a streak. But the only adjustments that are really necessary are just going to be putting Boston in a deep half and X in either a cloud flat or a soft squat. Like I said, you can also press Y, right stick down, right stick up. That's just going to put Burns in a cloud flat rather than his curl flat. And then slant outside, contain, simply. You don't really want to move any of these linebackers. Like I said, you're creating a bluff blitz scheme. And if I'm seeing this look on offense, I still am under the impression that he might be sending 7 at me, so I could even go to a max protect set. That's what you want. You want people blocking 7, then it's super easy to defend. They might get a little bit of pressure, but you are also only sending 4 against 7-man pressure. You're going to have a lot of routes to cover. You don't really have to worry about too much. You guys see I'm able to bump that guy, bait him, and by the time that happens, we should get pressure. Nothing was really open there. So that's going to go ahead and do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well for some more Fire Madden 20 content. really shows me that you guys support the channel if you guys are hitting that sub and the like button. I will keep uploading these videos for you guys. Also, drop a follow on Twitter if you are not. I will leave a link down below in the description to that. Alright, that's going to do it for me today, and peace. I'm out of here.